Let me know if it's visible. I hope it's visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Thanks. So in last class we have seen list. We have seen list, and we have seen how we we can represent any list and how we can access the element inside a list. And there are some properties of list. Okay, so today we will start with tuples. Okay, so in for tuples we represent tuples using round bracket, and there are some properties of tuples, like it is a uh, immutable. So as we have seen, list is a mutable. So immutable means or not non-mutable. It means, let's say if I create a one tuple, let's say if I create simple tuple 1 3. Okay. So and later on I want to change the number inside this tuples, then I cannot. Okay. So that uh, so this is what mean by immutable. So in interview, mainly this is very famous question. What is the difference between list and tuples? So the main difference is tuples is immutable, where list is a mutable. Okay. Just a minute. So, yeah. So list and tuples. Um, so list is a mutable. Okay, where tuple is immutable. Okay. So in tuples, we cannot change the value once we create any variable. Okay. Up. Once we create, then we cannot change the value of this. Okay. So let's see through notebook. First, how we can create any tuple. So there is two way. One is to directly, let's say if you have to create a empty tuple, then this is one way. And also you can write, let's say b equal to tuple. Okay. Yeah. So by this two way, you can create any empty tuple. Okay. So let's say if I create one tuple with some item inside it. Let's say if I uh, create this tuple and let's say print this one. Okay. So now I have created a tuple. Uh, so the structure is, there will be a round bracket, and inside that you can put any item. The item can be integer, float, list, string, any data type, or even um, inside a tuple you can put list as well. So let's say if I want to uh, first, let's say access c of 0. So in c of 0 it is 1. Okay, someone. Yeah, in c of 0 it is 1. And let's say in c of 0, 0 means, let's say if I want to in store 2. Okay, so in c of 0 earlier it was 1. I want to basically replace it with 1, 2. Okay, so let's see what happens. See, so tuple object does not support item assignment. So once we create a tuple, we cannot replace or add any new element inside the tuple. So let's create, let's see what happens when we want to replace it in list. So let's say if I create a similar list, uh, list with similar items, 1 comma 3. So list can be created using square bracket and then item inside it. Okay. And if I simply put d of 0, it will be 1. Yeah. So d of 0, it is 1. So let's say if I want to change in list the same thing that I have tried with tuple, let's see what happens. So now it successfully run, and if I print d, so you can see earlier it was 1 3 when in, and now if I want to replace, and for replacing simply we have to go through the index and the item that we want to basically replace with. Okay. So so in list we can replace the item, but in tuples, uh, so C is a tuples, and we try to access zeroth element, it was 1. And when we try to insert something, so tuple does not support that thing. So that is what it mean by immutable. So in list we cannot change the item present inside the tuples once we create a tuple. Okay. Only first time we can insert any value while creating that variable. After that, we cannot change the value inside the tuple. Okay. Yeah. So let's see with again few example. And it is similar to list, except we cannot change the value inside a tuples. So let's say uh, CC. Okay. And so let's say I'm creating a tuples. Okay. And 3 5 is a integer. Let's say if I put 4.5, that is a float, and let's say your guess, so that is a string. Okay. Here also we need to insert item by using comma. Okay. So inside a tuples, this is a integer, string, um, float, and let's try with uh, 3. So this is a list, and let's say true. So this is a boolean. Okay. And let's say C. So in list all in tuples also, how we can create by using the round bracket. In list we will create list using a square bracket, and inside that we can store any data type. Okay. In tuple as well. Okay. And it is almost similar to list, except we cannot change any element after creating. So at the creating time, means when we create, at that time we can insert any number of item. Once this get created and we execute this program, after that, let's say again, if I want to insert anything, it will throw error. Okay. See. Okay. Now, how to access the element present inside the tuples? It is similar to list. So let's say if I want to, so let's say if I want to print or access Yogesh, okay, then Yogesh is present at which index? It is at, so it start from 0, then 5 is at 1 position, 4.5 is second position and Yogesh is at third position. So simply if I write this one CC of 3, it will print Yogesh and we can access the element. Okay, let's say if I have to access uh, this 2, what should I write? Can anyone want to try quickly? So this list
For
is
2,
presented. Haha.
CC for 2,
CC4. Okay,
2,
then
2.
okay, let's
No,
try
sorry, 1. 1.
1. Correct. So it will be CC4 1. Okay. So first we have gone to this position, means this list present at which position? So this is at fourth position, and in after fourth position also, then this 2 is present inside a first position for this list. Okay, so this is how we can access the element of tuples. So it is almost similar. Uh, Again, the main difference is we cannot replace any element once we create the tuple. Okay. Uh, okay. So let's create one variable, one new variable, n1, let's say, or and let's say if I write 2, 3, 4. Okay, and let's say let's try this equal to n1. Okay, see what happens. Okay, so if I print x, so it will be 2, and if I print y, it will be 3, and g will be 4. Okay, so this way we can unpack the tuples. Unpack is a simple, let's say inside n1 there is a 2, 3, 4. Okay, and so it directly assign x to means 2 to x and 3 to y and z 4 to z. You can also do this thing as well. Let's say 4, 5, 7, 9. Okay, and you can create one more variable, let's say. Okay, and let's again run, and this time 4 will be assigned to w, 5 will be assigned to x, and 7 will be assigned to y, and 9 will be assigned to g. So with the help of tuples you can basically there are 4 variables right here. So in a single line you can assign the values to all these variables. Okay, so if you want to check, so for x it is 5, and for y it will be 7, and for g it will be 9, and w will be 4. So here 4 element means 4 items are present inside this tuple. So we have to use in left side we have to use 4 variables separated by comma. Okay, so this is how you can create a uh, means you can assign multiple variables using tuples. Okay. Mm, so so here let's say we have create one variable. Okay, in numbers we have create one variable numbers, and in that store basically tuples of 5 element present inside it. And let's say if I want to see first element, okay, first, okay, so it will store 1. If we see the last one, okay, 5, okay, and here star middle, yeah, simply if I write middle, it will be 2 3 4. So when we write star, okay, if I let's say doesn't write star, what happen? So first let's say too many values to unpack, because here there is a 5 values, uh, 5 values, and in left side we have used only 3. Okay, so when we put star, so what it does, first it will, for first it will assign 1, for last it will assign 5, for remaining, since we have put star, it means apart from first and 5 it will store all the values in the middle. Okay, so star is to basically it will take all the values in the middle part. Okay, so this time it will run. Okay, you can put any name, means first means you can assign any way other name as well. It can be x y g, or similarly in middle or last. This left side name doesn't represent anything uh, in terms of functionality. It is just a name. Okay, yeah. So this is about tuples. So it is almost same as I said earlier as well. Only difference is that it is non-mutable. Okay, we cannot change the value once we create it. Okay, yeah. So now, so in practice as well, mostly we use list and dictionary. Tuples only when we want to, let's say if we write something, um, maybe some password, or let's say we have created uh, some password, okay, and let's say if you any user enter and write some password, okay, so we do not want to change, let's say if it is stored in some place and we do not want to change it uh, at initial creation when he was doing sign up, at that time only he can enter value. After that we do not want to change anything, so there we can store those value in a inside a tuples. Okay, so that uh, in a program these values, password, email id, this cannot be changed, so there we can use a tuples. Okay, okay, so next is a dictionary. So if you have heard about dictionary, normal dictionary that you have seen, for let's say vocab, uh, so in dictionary mainly there are two things, right? Word and their meaning, right? So similarly here in Python, this is basically word, we similar to word we call it as a key, and meaning we call it as a value. Okay, so from there it is basically mm, this is a key value pair. So dictionary is represented by curly bracket. Okay, so if you have to create a dictionary, it will be key and uh, key and value. Okay, the syntax is like this. So key and value, and both are separated by this thing, colon. Okay. So one thing that is strictly need to be followed. So key will always be string. Key will be string mandatory. And value can be any data type, or it can be tuple, list, or dictionary as well. Okay. So first thing is key should always be string, and value can be any data type, or it can be a tuples list, or it can be a dictionary as well. Okay. So let's see with some example. So let's say if I have to create a one dictionary with, I want to see with some example. So let's say if I create first I have to create a key. Okay. So as I said, key will always be a string. So for a string, how we represent this with uh, inverted colon. Then this one. Okay. And then value. So name, let's say if I write Amit. Okay. So Amit is a string. Okay. So this is a uh, then comma. Let's say if I want to mention age. Age. Okay. So this is another key. Then age is a number. So let's say uh, 35. Okay. So here there are two key values. Okay. Two set of key values. So let's say this is a key 1. This is a key 2. This is a value 1, and this is a value 2. Okay. So if you see, both the key are a string, but values can be a string. Amit is a string, and that 35 is a integer. Okay. So always remember, key should always be a string, and values can be integer or anything that you want, that you can write inside a list, uh, inside value. Okay. So there are some property. It is also a mutable. Okay. It is also mutable. There is no duplicates. Okay. There is no duplicate means the two keys should not be same. The two key should not be same. Let's say if I write name Amit, then again I cannot write name. Uh, let's see with example again. Let's say if I create a one thing, and here I write name and Amit. Okay. And then let's say again, if I want to create name, and maybe some this time Yogesh. Okay. So this we cannot uh, multi means this is a key 1 and key 2. So key 1 and key 2 cannot be same. It should be different. Okay. So that is, so there should be no duplicate of, there is no duplicate of key, you can say. Okay. So that is the second property. Third is it is unordered. Unordered means we cannot access a list or we cannot access dictionary through any indexing. Okay, let's say for list, if we have to access any element, what we do? Let's say a of 2. So 2 is basically index. Okay, but here we cannot access the element present inside a dictionary using indexing. Okay, so how we can basically access the element? Through key. Through key uh, we can access any element or any item present inside a dictionary. Okay, and third is it can be extended and dynamic in size. So what does it mean? It is basically we can always append any new element into dictionary, and also we can replace the element present inside a dictionary. Okay, so let's see with some example. Okay, okay. So this is how you can first, let's see if you have to create empty dictionary. So there is a two way. One, use curly bracket. Other, you can directly use a dict keyword to basically create any dictionary. It is not just for a empty dictionary. For any dictionary also you can create. For example, let's say dict of 1 comma 2 comma 3. Oh, sorry. It should be key value pair. Next comma 3. Let's see. Mm, sticks. Okay, leave it. Yeah, we'll come back to that. But okay, first let's see. So let's say if you have to create a empty dictionary, then you can use this one or this method to basically create any empty dictionary. Okay, see. So here I have created a two dictionary. Okay, one is student, one is prices. Okay, let's say if I run this one, and if you see here, so the keys are name, age, and grade. Okay, so there are three keys, and values are L is 20 and A. Similarly, in prices, there are three keys. Okay, so let's say if you have to check the keys. Okay, yeah. So here in a student, there are three keys: name, age, and grade. Okay, so how we started? So this is a key, then colon, and then value. Okay, so this is a first set of key value. Okay, then again to write another set, you have to use comma, and then you can write another set of key value. So this is how you can basically add multiples key value thing. Okay, so just to know how many or what are the keys that are present, so there is a command student dot keys. So here you can get name matlab keys information. Similarly, if you have to find uh, what are the values. Okay, so see, so these are basically L is 20A, these are values. Similarly, you can check the uh, prices keys and values as well. Okay, now let's say if I have to find, if I have to access this element 20. Okay, so how I can access? So simply write student. Okay, so you can assume this is as a locker, and if you have to find anything inside that locker, what we can use? We can use key. Okay, so 20 is inside 20 key is age. Okay, so what we can use 20 and then key. So it will throw out basically the value present inside that key. Okay, so this is how you can access the element inside a dictionary. Okay, yeah. So for means the example that I was trying to show here, at that time I was getting error. So this is the correct syntax, where if you means one way is to create a dictionary using this one, other way uh, other is this way. Also you can, let's say, um, if you want to create a dictionary, so simply use keyword dict and then name, all those things. Okay, so it will automatically convert that into a dictionary. So if you check here, see, name we haven't given the string format, right? But when we use a dict keyword, it automatically understand, okay, this is the key and this is its value. So for age, if you see, it converted into a string, but 30, since this is a value, it assuming this is a value. So for value, it print as it is, but for keys, it convert into a string format. Okay, so this is other way of creating a dictionary. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so now if you see the first variable, okay, in first variable, so this is a list. Okay, because this is represented by a square bracket, and inside list there are multiple tuples. So there are 3 tuples. Okay, and let's say if I want to convert this one, okay, so it will be my underscore index. Okay, so if let's say go see with some other example, let's say if I again write this one, and let's see whether this run or not. This time it runs. Okay, So see, it created a dictionary with key name, and its value is this one, Aditya. Okay. So uh, so these are the multiple way to create a list, but mainly we use this method to create a list. Yeah. Mm, okay. Let's say again, let's say this is a list, and if I print this one, sorry, this is a dictionary, and let's say if I want to access age, I means uh, maybe grade. So I need to write the key. Okay. So student grade A. Okay. So there is other way as well. Student dot get, and the syntax is similar. Hmm. Okay. So from both the means, if you have to access this value, so one way is to access through this syntax, other way is to through get command. So why we use a get command? Let's see. Okay. So let's say if I student and height. Okay. Here, if you see, there are three keys, right? Name, age, and grade. And let's say if I run this one, okay. So it threw error. Okay. What error it show? Means key error, because that key is not present inside this student variable. Okay. Let's again try with that get command. Okay. See what happens. So it doesn't throw any error. Okay. Let's say I write it and print A. So nothing is inside, basically A. Uh, so it run smoothly. So if you run actually this get command handle missing key uh, safely. Safely in the sense, let's say if you in Python, means right now we are in dictionary. So let's say if you write a script. So script is a single Python file .py extension, where if you will write anything and in between, if you, let's say if certain element you want to access and it throw error similar to this one, the program get stopped. Okay. Let's say if you have a 20 line of code. Okay. And in fifth line, this command will be there. Okay. And if means since you are trying to access height which is not present inside that, it will throw error and program will get stopped. But when we use a get command, it will return empty variable when we use let's say student.get, empty value, but it will not stop the program because we will not get any error. So this is a safer way or gentle way of handling the key error. Okay, so that is why means when you want that program should not stop at that time, you can use a get command. Okay. And also you can put a default value as well. For example, uh, let's see this through this. Okay. So first let's run this thing. So let's say you have created a dictionary, and if you want to access the name key, means this Alice one, we can use a student of name. So this is how you can access the name, means Alice. Okay, let's say the same thing, student dot get age. Age is there. So from get method we can access this one. Let's say if you want to access height. Okay, let's see, first see, uh, if we simply print this one. Okay, so what it does, it returns nothing. It will execute properly, but it will return nothing. But let's say student dot get height 10. So what it does, if means the key that is it look for, means let's say inside student there is a uh, means height key is not present. Okay, so if it doesn't found, then it will throw with some default value. So this is a default value. Okay, so means height information is not there, and if it doesn't found, it can basically give the default value. Let's try with age. Let's see what happens. See, here you have mentioned 10. Okay, but since age value is already there in a student, okay, so it through it give return 20. Okay, so this is very helpful. Let's say uh, means name is, let's say if I write school. Okay, and okay, um, let's see what happened, or maybe yeah. See, so it will be useful in many cases. Let's say if we try with some simple example, let's say in sign up, some information we do not want to fill. Okay, so but the, and let's say in that it is a optional. Okay, if we put, that is a good, and if we do not put, that is also, means it will not stop us from sign up method. Means let's say if you want to log in, or you want to sign up when you create any uh, account in any platform, and some options are optional. Okay, means we can skip. Let's say if you do not want to add a number, phone number. Okay, so it give option. Okay, in some cases phone number is not mandatory. So what it does, it by default it will allow you to create an account, but on that phone number it will store something that can be a none. Okay, none basically representing nothing is present inside that. Okay, but it will not stop you from creating the account. Okay, so because for that also they have created certain script, right? um, in some cases where the phone number is mandatory, okay, so it will not allow you to complete that process. Okay, so where you want to make it optional, there you can use a get method. Okay, yeah, and you can basically store with some default value. Okay, that default value you can mention here. Okay, yeah. Okay, so now we have seen how to basically access the element present inside a dictionary. Let's say if I want to, here there are two keys, right? Name and age. There are two set of key value. Let's say if I want to add uh, grade also here and city as well. Okay, so what I need to do is student of then key and its value I need to put. Okay, so this will basically add grade and city. Okay, uh, let's say I want to add a student school as well. Okay, and let's say if I write KV. So now we have added one more key value, that is a school information also we add. Which is school? School KB. Okay. Similarly, we can use we can add um, any number of key value. Okay. Let's say if I have to so this is using, let's say, a we have added one by one. Okay, let's say if I have to add multiple key value in single line of code. Okay, so right now what we have done, let's say grade and city, we have used two line of code to basically add grade and city. Okay, so if you have to add multiple key value, so there is a method called update. Okay, update. So student dot update height weight. Okay, so there are two key values and we want to basically add these two in a single line. Okay, let's first see this one. Okay, and if I see, so now in student there is a name, age, grade, city, school, and I have added height and weight. So update method is mainly used to add multiple key values in a single line. Okay, so and this is the other way to basically add, means one way is to create a dictionary and directly use inside update method directly put dictionary key value here. Okay, other way is student dot update then key then its value comma GPA. Okay, um, let's see what other information we can use. Bus. Okay, let's say here only if I want to add bus service and I write boolean. Okay, true. And let's see update this one. Okay, see, now we have added 3 grade, GP and bus service as well. Okay, and okay, let's say student uh, mm, student dot update, and I write inside marks. Okay, so marks is a key, and inside that, let's say science. I have used Spotify. Then uh, math equal to 92. And let's say mm, mm, history, history 32. Okay, and uh, uh, subject code I have here. Let's say 189, 5. Okay. Yeah, so let's update this one. Okay, and see what is inside student. Okay, so now what you have done, we have created means till here it was till bus service. Here we have dated marks and subject code. In marks, this is a key and its value is a dictionary. Okay, so inside dictionary there is another dictionary. Okay, so this is a key and its values. Okay, and also we have added a uh, list as well. Similarly, we can use add one more student dot update and code to 495. Okay, so now we have add tuple as well. Okay, see, now let's see if I have to access this 92. Okay, so anyone want to try how I can access this 92? So this is inside a student dictionary, and uh, let's say if I have to access 92, what code can I write? Anyone? First will be key. So first let's say access this one. Okay, how we can access? Simply we can write, because this is present inside a which key? This key. Okay, so student of marks will be science, math, history. Now I have to access math. Okay, so what can I write? Math. Math is the key. Okay, yeah, 92. Okay.
Sir, hello.
Haha.
Sir, can we use index number for accessing the various keys and their values?
As I said in dictionary, it is a unorder. We cannot access dictionary through index. Okay.
Okay.
We can only access dictionary through keys. Okay. Now let's see if I have to access 9. Okay, this one. Anyone want to try? What should I write?
Hello.
Haha.
First we will write student, then inside first bracket we will write subject code, and
Hmm.
uh,
Then
just a minute, sir. Can you show the main dictionary just a little bit up? Just a minute, sir.
anyone else want to try?
Like we can call only through key value, so we cannot do that. Like it's an like it is a key value, right? So we can call through only key value.
Okay. So the difference is, so first I have to access this list, right? So for that, what I have write?
We have
The
you
key.
can use indexing like
Yes.
0, 1,
For
2.
list, correct. So here, so see, the difference is for accessing this element, we have to use key. But since this is a list, okay, so for that we list can be only accessed through indexing. Okay, so that is why we have write 2. But since if you see the earlier example that marks 1, so here this is a dictionary. Okay, first let's say if I have to access this one, what key I have used? This one. Okay, marks. Now in marks, inside marks, there is another dictionary. So for that also we need to use the key. Okay, let's try with another one. Let's say if I have to access this 4. Okay, now anyone else want to try? Anyone?
Student code 0.
Student
Coordinate 0.
code 0.
Stuff.
Sorry, code है ना? Keys. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's make it more complicated. Let's try with student dot add. How to update? Student dot update, and let's, I don't UN. Let's say UN is a key, and inside this 1 4 comma 25 comma 6. Let's see student if I print. Okay, so now I want to access 56. Okay.
Sir,
Sir,
Haha.
UN, UN
Okay. Let's
1 age aggregate AGG
UN, then
1 1. I mean 0, 1, 2. Yeah, 1 only and AGG key. I mean the value key name.
AGG. Let's wrong.
Sir, hello.
Haha.
First, in first bracket we will write un, and then since we have to access agg, it is in the fourth. It is the element inside this list only. I mean
This
tuple
one,
only.
yeah.
Tell the answer.
So the three. We will write
Two, sir.
3 and then we will
Two,
write
two,
agg
two.
in place of. Uh,
Let's
uh,
go one by one. Okay. So first
yes.
use, let's say, okay, now we able to access this complete, right? Now let's say this dictionary is present inside this list, right?
Yes.
And this list is present at which position?
Second.
Second. Okay.
Second.
Let's be more specific. Okay. Now you
Again one.
correct. So
Again
Then
one
easy.
and
inside
then
this
agg.
list, yeah, inside list, so 25 is at 0th position and this element is at 1st position. So, okay. Now what I need to access? AGG.
Agg.
Okay. Yeah. So you can start with simple one and then slowly you can see other thing. Okay. So this is how you can access the element inside a list. Okay. Now there is a pop method similar to list. Okay. So means if you have to remove anything. Okay. We have seen how to add anything. Now let's say if you have to remove anything. Okay. So there is a pop method similar to list. There you need to there in list you need to write the index. Here you need to write the key. Which key you want to remove. So if you write the key, it will remove the key and value. Okay. And let's say some key is not there. That if you see the second one, student pop. Maybe let's say go one by one. So first we have removed the student dot pop grade. Okay. So in grade, what was there? A. So we have removed this grade from student. Okay. If we again print the student, let's see. Yeah. So grade has been removed. Okay. Now, yeah. So height was not there, but we choose unknown value. Means that is a default one. So there will be no change in student because height was not there. Okay. Uh, let's say if I use a this one. Yeah. So now let's say student if I print. Okay. So it remove what city. So can anyone tell what is the difference between pop and delete? In pop also, if you use a pop grade, okay, it remove A, means these things from the list. Okay.
Sir,
If
may
you
I?
use a, haha,
Sir, in the pop method, when we remove anything, then after removing that particular thing, it gives. It gives it as an output. But if in remove method, it directly removes that item.
correct. So in delete, if you see in pop method, so it will extract and store the information in grade. Means we can assign that to in grade one. But if you use a delete method, so if you see delete is basically a keyword. So keyword is in different color. If you use a keyword in any place like equal to, if you see, so this is a basically keyword. Okay. If you here also see, this is also in color. So that is a keyword. So it has keyword has a special meaning. Okay. So here if you use a delete, we are not storing those in any place. Okay. So it directly delete the city variable from the student, and it will not store it in any place. If you want as well, then also we cannot store. Okay. Yeah. Clear, it will remove all the item present inside that, and student.pop item, it will extract the key value. If you use only pop, it will extract the value, and in student.pop item, it will extract the key value as well. Yeah. And let's say if I use this one, item already is on, right? Yeah. So student, and if I write student dot items, it will not. If I use this one, okay. So what are the item? Name Alice is 20, grade A. Okay. So these are in key value. So name is a key, Alice is a value. Similarly, other thing. Okay. Yeah. So that this is about list. Quickly, if we go through, means where we will use a list, tuple, and dictionary. So, for example, let's say if I talk about list, okay. Let's say if I am creating a chatbot, okay. So in chatbot, let's say if we talk anything, we write some message, then AI will respond something, then again we will write something, and then AI will respond something. Okay, so let's say initially we create a simple chat history. Okay, basically we want to store all the chat that has been happened. Okay, so yeah, so initially this chat history is empty. Okay, if you see, there is a no information. Okay, this is empty. Okay, now let's print one by one. We want to store all the information or all the chat that has been happened. So let's say user say hello AI. Okay, and let's say if I run this one. Okay, so now if I print chat history, so earlier it was empty, now it is store this one information. Okay, and let's delete this one. Now let's say user say, I means AI said hello, how I can help you. Okay, that also we appended. Then user say what is Python, then AI response. Okay, let's run this one. Okay, and let's see what is now inside a chat history. Okay, see. So now in chat history, we have all the messages that has been means user as well as AI reply has been stored inside a chat history. So this is a way to basically store all the information. All means basically it can be used to store the messages. Okay, so this is for chat history. For tuples, we can see, let's say if you want to use certain models, let's say uh, the model name is GPT-4 and maximum tokens, temperature, and version date. This information you want to store and you want to make it a fix. Okay, so there you can use tuples. So this is for config file. So config file is basically, this is like setting. Okay, so means you want, initially you want to have some setting and you do not want to change. Okay, in that program. So there you can use these tuples. Okay, similarly dictionary also you can use. Let's say you want to store information about user. So let's say username, this is one key, preferred language, which language you want to. So all this information you can store it in key value pair. Okay, chat style, this all this thing you can store it in a key value thing. Okay, so this is means these are the things that you can use in there are many other things, but these are the some of the example of list, tuples and dictionary where you can use it in a Gen AI project or Gen AI task. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Ha, Aditya.
Is there any method that we can make the dictionary ordered?
Is there any method to make dictionary order? What means why we'll do order? Means why you want to do ordering?
I mean, if we want to access the keys in order by index number, then is there any method to do so?
But why you want to do?
To access it easily. Suppose if I do not remember any key, but I want to just know how in which place it is in that case.
But without key means, let's say if you do not know what to find, right? It is like, let's say if you have a box, if I give you a box and you do not you don't have any information which box or means inside box, let's say there are 10 racks, okay, and you do not you don't know which racks you want to open. Okay, so
Yes.
means uh, first way is to just go through the items. Means let's say if you want to you don't have a key information, so you can have a like dot keys method. Okay, so there you
Yes.
can have the key information. Okay, let's say you want to see both what are the key and value that are present, so for that item is there.
Yes.
So yeah, means ordering means
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 it is not required here.
means definitely if you have to order it, then list is there. Why to use dictionary then?
Okay.
Yeah.
So if
Yes.
we add any item in the dictionary, it will only append at the last, not in the middle of like we can't decide the place of that key value pair.
Means there is no use of means ordering, right? Means uh, it will not be at a specific position. There is no position in dictionary. Only is a key and value.
Okay. For example, if we want to maintain a class history like name and everything, like is there should be order. For that again, we have to use like set like list or something else, right?
Can you give some example? Means
Like
what you want?
if we want to maintain a class history like names or names, name, age, and everything, and
Mhm,
we want to update every time like for name different types of students will be there, so we
mhm.
cannot keep the name at last, we have to keep it only at the first, so
Why?
meanwhile we
So if you place it anywhere, it can be on first place or at second place or any last place. Okay.
okay,
You will access only through keys, right? It will give
yes,
equal
yes,
importance. It will not be like when it is returning, it will be first. Okay, it will uh, first try this, then name. It is not
okay,
like it will directly pointing to name because we are
okay,
accessing through key.
okay, okay, okay. And moreover, and for tuples, what are the like what are the commands we can use? Like for a list, we can use append, extend, and like we can use count, sort, reverse, and everything. For tuple,
Mhm.
we can use sorting method and everything. Like it's immutable, right? So
Mm.
we can use we cannot like we cannot remove anything. We can
Right.
remove. Yeah, so we can use sort function and length, count, everything normally as a list.
Length means you can use any command unless it doesn't change its properties. So the property is that you cannot change the element
Okay,
or items present inside the tuples. You can
okay,
count because it not changing anything. You can do the you can find the length, that is also not changing anything. It just giving the information how many items present inside a tuples. Okay,
okay.
so
And okay, and reverse.
reverse you cannot.
Okay. So it will change the
because
order or indexing.
it will change the order, no?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Hmm. See, the count index, this you can do, but let's try. It is good to do at the experiment. Many times I also don't remember, but based on the logic, it should not change the uh, because the properties, it is immutable, right? Uh, for reverse, what is the command? Anyone? Okay, let's say. Never try to remember any command. Okay, you have Google. If it come automatically, then that is good. If it doesn't come, that is you know how to basically means you should know only what are the capabilities. Okay, capabilities in the sense we know we can reverse in Python. It can means whether to we can reverse the tuples that we have to see reversed colors. So let's say yeah. Mm, I think reverse we can do because maybe let's say reverse of x, yeah, and y. Okay, but where it is storing?
We have to use print y, then it will give the output, right?
It's not mandatory here in Jupyter. Let's see what is the type of y. It created new data type, that is a type. Okay. Can I think this is the command to basically reverse, and then I think it should not. Yeah. Tuple has object has no attribute reverse, so we cannot reverse tuples.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Huh. Yeah. So means if you have any doubt, you can try or means try to run that command and see if any error comes or not. Okay. Yeah. Anything else? Anyone having
Uh,
any doubt from this class or previous class?
Sir,
Yeah.
like you said, we do not need to remember any code. I
Mhm.
want to ask if they ask any interview questions to write any code or something like that.
So these are the command means you know that right in Python you can reverse, right?
Yes,
Or means you have done means let's say you are learning list tuple dictionary. You know what are the okay. So curly bracket reverse is possible or not. You know the concept. You
yes,
right. So
yes,
what means what I want to say is like if you do practice it will get automatically. Okay.
Okay.
Means because in Python, these are the few commands, right? Means let's say dictionary list and reverse copy, duplicate, all those things. So these are the few commands. Let's say if I count all this syntax, it may be 20, 30, right? But in Python, if you search the number of syntax, it is in more than lakh, and you cannot. It is not possible to remember all those things. Okay. So try to practice, and these are basic command for, let's say, means if we learn LangChain. Okay, nobody will ask in interview what is the LangChain command for this, for that. Okay, for uh, for writing. Okay, let's say if you have to create a chat message, chat template, what is the command? For there, they will not ask anything related to that. Okay, they want the concept. Yeah, in Python, like list, tuples, reverse, all those things means it will come automatically. Okay, and you will be able to remember by doing more and more practice. Okay,
So
so
basically, we do not need to give effort to it, remember it,
yes,
everything.
yes,
It
yes,
will
yes,
come by itself.
yes,
Okay, thank you, sir.
yeah. Mm, any other doubt? Okay, yeah. So okay, thanks everyone. That's it for today. So next class will be on Saturday, and maybe on Sunday I will take one extra class, but I will inform earlier. Okay, on Saturday only, whether I will take it or not. Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Thanks everyone.